The chapter of Preaching Tao, Article 34, the substance cannot be attained without function. Siefeng. March 9, 2008. Translation edited by Qinyu. Without function, the substance cannot be attained. This is a profound universal mystery revealed to us by Yang Saint of Life Achained. The meaning of this mystery is that the substance of Tao is demonstrated through its function. To understand the substance, one must focus on its function. Without focusing on function, the substance cannot be comprehended. To put it simply, the value of spinach lies in its use as food. To obtain spinach, you must eat it. Only by eating it can you obtain spinach. If you do not eat it, you will never attain it. On a deeper level, pursuing the Tao, cultivating the Tao, perceiving the Tao, attaining the Tao, and upholding the Tao must all be realized through function. If one does not realize it through function, one will never attain the Tao. The value of things lies in their function. The function and value of the Tao are entirely embodied through its use. The greater and more numerous the uses, the greater the value. The value of the sun is demonstrated through providing light and heat. The value of wheat is demonstrated through supplying food and nutrition. The value of national leaders, such as presidents and premiers, is demonstrated through their governance. All objects in the universe demonstrate their value through their functions. For humans, the greater and more numerous the uses, the higher the value and the richer the essence. This is what allows things to endure. We say Jesus and the Buddha are those who have attained the Tao because their function is extensive and significant. If they had no function, they would be worthless and would not be considered to have attained the Tao. All practitioners, all those who wish to attain celestial being or Buddhahood, and all those who aspire to go to heaven must first consider their own function. In other words, we must be useful because the value of things lies in their function. If we are of no use, we will never attain the Tao, never become celestial beings or Buddhas, and will not be able to reach heaven. Consider your own trash can or look at a street corner trash can. You will find that many things become trash because they are of no use. Anything that is useless becomes trash and will eventually end up in a landfill. Humans are no different. Only those with greater and more significant uses can become celestial beings or Buddhas and be welcomed into heaven. A person who is of no use will inevitably be sent to the trash heap, hell. Thus, in our practice, we should expand our function. The more useful we are, the better our practice. So, how do we expand our function? The more people who need us and the more lives that rely on us, the more we are expanding our function. The greater the function, the higher the achievement. Who has the greatest function in the universe? Of course, it is the greatest creator. Why is the greatest creator called the greatest creator? Because the greatest creator's function is the greatest. Why do we revere the greatest creator? Because of the greatest creator's great function. Why do we venerate the Buddha? Because of the Buddha's great function. Why do we respect national leaders and presidents? Because of their great function. If a person spends their entire life only thinking of themselves, what function do they have? They have little function. A person who only considers their own interests and does not contribute to others, society, or nature will never become a celestial being or a Buddha and will never reach heaven. If we spend all day reciting scriptures, worshipping the Buddha, meditating, practicing, retreating for cultivation, and engaging in philosophical speculation, but do not demonstrate our function to others, to society, and to nature, then I can confidently say that you are a person of no use. You will not only fail to reach heaven but may end up in hell because without function, the substance cannot be attained. If you do not demonstrate your function and claim that you are seeking the Tao, you want to attain the Tao, it is mere daydreaming and wishful thinking. In Buddhist teachings, there is a term called self-enlightened person, referring to those who focus only on achieving their own enlightenment without considering others, society, or nature. Now we should understand that a self-enlightened person will never attain enlightenment because such a person is of no use. What is something that is of no use? Answer: something of no use is trash. People often speak of someone as a hidden dragon or a great recluse, a high-level person who has attained the Tao. Yes, I acknowledge that, But if they do not demonstrate their function to others, to society, and to nature, then what are they? What use do they have? None. They are the most foolish and useless people in the world. Due to the constraints of traditional family life, many people's functions are limited to their family members. If a person's function is only within their own family, how much function do they have? Not much. Therefore, they are unrelated to celestial beings, Buddhas, or heaven. Similarly, if a person's function is limited to their own political party, country, religion, or group, their function is not maximized, making it difficult for them to become a celestial being or a Buddha or to reach heaven. Only those who revere the greatest creator, life, and nature, and wholeheartedly dedicate themselves to serving and contributing to all humanity, can maximize their function. Only such people can become celestial beings or Buddhas and be allowed to live in heaven. Young Saint of Life Achanuan teaches us, creating the Life Achanuan era is the best way to repay debts and the best shortcut to cultivating Tao. Why? Because only by dedicating oneself to creating the Life Achanuan era for all humanity can one fully demonstrate their function. This is not an advertisement for Life Achanuan but a major secret to reaching heaven. Of course, many people may dismiss this and say that there are many theories like those of Life Achanuan around the world. However, if you travel around the world, you will find no organization or group like Life Achanuan, which dedicates itself so wholeheartedly to the cause of all humanity, and no theory as comprehensive and complete as that of Life Achanuan. Only by demonstrating our function can we attain the Tao, because the value of things lies in their function. Without function, the substance cannot be attained.